Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let's go to Cape Town for today's daily challenge, which features double roundabouts and free road tiles in tunnels. It also features Samurai Sam resubscribing for 60 months, 5 years in the Goog troop. Thank you, Sam. Happy Goog-iversary. 5 years. Sam has been able to drop not all of these tier 1 emotes because not all of them have existed for 5 years, but you know, several of them have existed for several years at this point. We've been doing this for a while. Oh, yes. We get double roundabouts. There will probably, therefore, be a Ratwike at some point. Listen, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be good and truthful about things. Sunflare Space is here as well. I do not have the proper Gimmimim scene up. Hold on just one moment. It's of vital importance that you know, thanks to the graphic in the bottom left-hand corner, that this is a piano version of a theme from Final Fantasy XIV: Shadowbringers, a DLC that I have not played. Also, expansion. The proper term is expansion. I'm going to keep saying DLC, possibly at this point because it annoys my good friend Bagunicorn. No comment. Listen. If you can't needle your friends in loving, affectionate manners, what is the point of life, really? If you can't needle your friends, then all we have is getting mad at your magic deck for failing, and then being sad when your anger makes your friends treat you nice, and you feel as though you have forced them to do emotional labor. Hi, it's me. I'm the _Goog. I get mad when I lose at Magic the Gathering through means of my own failure, and then I express that anger. And then people are nice to me because they're good people, and then I feel sad because I've made them do things. I'm good and sane and healthy. Why do you ask? It was a very well-timed dramatic pause in the music as everyone just kind of looked at me and went, oh god, this person is crazy. Anyway, Sunny just got her dishwasher installed. That's good. I need a new dishwasher. Or I need my dishwasher repaired. One of those. There are some dishwashers that are good, impressive, amazing machines of modern science and engineering that take dirty dishes and turn them into, as if by literal magic, clean dishes. And then there are other dishwashers that are just weird boxes that live in your counter and make your dishes wet but not clean. And, well, my dishwasher is the second one of those. It is not a very good dishwasher. I'm going to take 30 road tiles here, and we're going to try to figure out the best way. I guess the best way to, well, I was going to say that the best way to get these oranges over to here would be to take them down around here, but we can't presently get down or around here. So I guess, that being the case, we're kind of forced by the laws of God and man and science and such to send these two oranges up and over and around here. And when I say oranges, this is really more of a burnt Sierra. Like, this is a very late career Reuben. He's exceedingly cooked. So cooked, in fact, that he is a burnt Sierra. No? No? Do we not appreciate the sporting reference? All right, fine. I won't hit the MLB drop. I lied. That's a good drop. All right. Let's see here. These two greens don't really have anything. Okay, now the map is cooperating a little more mappishly. We can do this, and I've burned a tunnel. There we go. We'll kill this road. We'll go up and around like so. You swing this way just in case this feels a little roundular at any point. Get back here. Get this tunnel back. You'll be fine. You'll go up that way. This green, we're going to run this way so as not to interfere with this road. Here. You do that. You are a circle now. Interesting. Give me another tunnel. You can go that way. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I can't really get through here without interfering with this double plaza. By the way, this double plaza exists now. Fuck. You can go... Uh-oh. Well... No, actually, I think this is going to be fine. Observe the many means by which this is fine. We go up and over. Like so. So these 1, 2, 3, 4 yellows come down here to this circle. These two go here. This is probably the simplest, straightest forward business in arguably possibly the entire history of mini motorways. Like, this is a very good, solid thing we've got going on here. Not so much with this White House, but... yeah, the White House now is just kind of supplementary. This is the primary business. This is just going to be a second house. This will be fine. This, I suspect, will be fine. Eventually. Oh, God. So, friends, we must discuss something truly, objectively horrible and terrible. And that is the problems that happen with my stream schedule graphic when you only have 2 streams in a week. See, when back last year, when our dear friend Parlor Ghost was making the new stream schedule graphic for me, we got together, and I was like, I want something that like I can put together, and it'll have, you know, a 7 column for when there are 7 streams and 6 and 5 and all of that. And we went all the way down to 2. And we later expanded that out to 11 back in the days when I was actually editing and uploading YouTube videos and wanted to post graphics promoting those, and kind of stopped doing both of those things. But anyway, the graphic does not scale terribly well down to 2 because you've got all of this space up at the top for, like, yeah, you've got all of that space for the stream schedules text, but not so much space for the actual streams. Also, it's bad that there are only 2 streams, just to be clear. It's also bad that there are only 2 streams scheduled this week, so we're just not having a good time of it, really. Let's see. I also just realized, and I don't know how long this has been a thing, y'all can... oh, there it is. Y'all could not see my cursor, or perhaps I could not see my cursor in the OBS window. One of those may have been the case. Other things that are the case include, but are not limited to, this White House here exists, which is kind of a problem. I don't love it. Also not horrendously enamored with this green situation. I think, yeah, I'm just going to create this intersection. This is begging to be a traffic light. It would very much like a traffic light right here, and we'll probably pick one up at some point. Sam was just thinking Goog must be horrendously enamored with the green situation. I'm not. I'm not really. It's not really great, but it'll be fine, I guess. Let's run some blues. Going off that way. We've got... oh, hi, buddy. Oh, why do you have to... I don't like that orange guy at all. Alright. Yellows go down here. That's fine. This thing being a thing is not... no. This is not a particularly nice and friendly daily challenge we got going on here. I'll take a tunnel. This White House has gone circular, which bad. It's all I can say about that is just the adjective bad. The adjective bad is how a caveman criticizes word choice. Let's see here. Fuck. Alright. Well. Think we're gonna to do this and this. These blues loop down here. I can't get through here because of this road, and I can't ook this road up because of this road. And yeah, basically we need to loop this down around here, get to there. This being a circle is severely cramping my style. I think, actually, we're gonna do that. We'll bulldoze that tree. Sorry about that tree. And we'll separate the white road from the burnt Sierras. So now, foop, foop. Okay. This is actually going to work. This looks weird and awkward and ugly as fuck, but it is in fact going to work. These 5 white houses will serve this white business with aplomb. I don't know what other fruit you could put on it. You know, they could serve it with, a peach or anything, but for right now, they'll serve it with aplomb. Oh, good. These 5 houses will take care of these 2 blue businesses. I could maybe just motorway. Like, maybe this is too fancy and cute, and I should do a motorway. Kind of don't think that's a big deal. I think it's just sort of okay. Only sort of okay, but at the same time, sort of okay. Good morning, Peter S. I could hold the phone. Wait a moment. Give me a bridge. If we chop this bridge, can I 1B, 1R these blues? I can 1B, 1R these blues. Oh, we do a stupid tunnel? Oh, we do another stupid tunnel. I'd like another stupid tunnel. I'm a big fan of another stupid tunnel. Look at this. So now these 1, 2, 3 blues right here. Yeah, we just 1B, 1R those blues. Nice. Now, unfortunately, we just had 2 awful orange businesses come into existence. So, oh boy. The good news is we are possessed of 2 usable motorways. Because I think it is motorway time for both of these businesses. Motorway number 1 will go there. These two serve that. And then motorway number 2. Actually, I think I'm going to use a bridge rather than a motorway. And I say use a bridge because we can take these right here, do that, and then having done that, we now free up this road for go that ways. Yeah. And you're now a circle. Okay. All right. This is not the... Aha! Well, I was right. It is not the aha. I'm very glad to have saved a motorway. Especially with... Oh, no. Oh. Oh, if you're going to be a... Yeah. Yeah, this is not great. Let's see here. All right. You and you. We'll loop you that away. You, I think, are just going to be fucked. You... I think we can get... Well... Listen, we'll create a lovely little mountain pass road. This right here must be an incredibly scenic but also exceedingly dangerous road. You know those mountainside roads you see in, like, I think they're in South America mostly, where you're on the side of a mountain and you've got the enormous thing to your left whereupon boulders might fall down and squish you, but also if you go exactly one half of one wheel width to your right, you fall down the other side of the mountain and fucking die. Yeah, we've got that going on here. We've got pretty much that exact thing going on here, because over to your left, you've got Table Mountain, from which boulders might fall and cause you a squish. But also, if you go exactly one half of one wheel width to your right, you fall into the ocean and fucking die. It's good times. Oh, it's good times. It is to laugh. Okay. Whew. Death is funny. Sometimes. All right. Let's see here. Something happened that I wanted to react to, and I don't remember what it was. Upon further examination of the map, I have no idea what it was. I guess we'll run this blue up here, get another blue going this way, serve this bluesness. That's basically fine. Hi there, yellow guy. You're okay. Why don't you two go like that? Actually, I feel like that's not quite as efficient as it could be. It's better if you do that. Sam has two things he would say if he was helping, but he's not helping, so... first thing Sam would probably say if he was helping is... Well, now that this white business exists... Hold on. Now that this white business exists, we can make this white path a little bit... Motorway number 2 can be... Ooh. These blue houses here could make for a smoother motorway number 2. You're not entirely wrong. I kind of question the premise just because there's no easy way to get 3 of these together. Well, Peter S. is number 1 in the game right now, so he's got that going for him. Oh, this white business. Oh, I was going to react to this white business. Yeah, that's a bad white business right there. Yeah, I don't like this white business. I don't know what we're going to do about it, but... I think I don't like this white business is the... basically inciting statement to the civil rights boycotts. Man, there was a funny joke in there somewhere. Y'all know there was a funny joke in there somewhere, right? At least my instincts were good. There was a funny joke in there. I didn't find it, and I didn't get the words right to craft it, but can we at least acknowledge there was a funny joke in there somewhere? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you acknowledging, tacitly by means of lack of objection. You agree there was a funny joke in there somewhere. Okay. There's a funny joke in there somewhere. Title of the episode. Also, usually, not always, but usually, description of the episode. Not always. Gonna flatter myself and say usually. Okay, we got a problem. And the problem is, well, we got several problems. The problem I'm choosing to address at this time is this dark blue business here. We've gone just about as far as we can with the whole 3 houses, very long road, tunnel, stupid loop thing. I'm not actually a fan of the 3 houses, very long road, tunnel, stupid loop thing. I think we're going to have to do better. Now, question becomes, how? Secondly, All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to chop and murder and kill and destroy all of that road. We're going to repurpose these blue houses to serve this blue business. Motorway number 2 is going to be recentered over here. These 5 blue houses will now serve this bluesness right there. All of this road need no longer exist. I think I could probably... Oh, hey. I just had a thought. If I put this orange on that road, that adds a burnt Sierra to this business. Which means that if I take away this one, that's a net gain of 0 for this business. This business should continue to be fine. Which in turn means that I can point this one further north, slightly adjust motorway number 1. Hold on. That was so ugly that I'm not even going to allow it to exist. We're going to let this run, and we're going to reroute the motorways in such a way that isn't aesthetically horrible. Give us a moment. You'll be fine. I'm getting to you. We just need everything to work itself out. Okay. You. Do that. Yes. Now. Boop, boop, and boop. Motorway number 3 will swing this way, serve this guy. So the 1, 2, 3, 4 of you go off there. Okay. You're fine. You're fine. Sam is biting his tongue. Why is Sam biting his tongue? Is Sam still annoyed at me for not fixing this problem? Because listen, this was going to be the next problem. This is basically fine. Let's take another motorway. Okay. Now, reposition the white. Delete motorway 2. Delete motorway 2. Why would we delete motorway 2? Reposition the white. Eh? Do you mean the M3? Can I hook this road down here? Can I use a tunnels exist? Why would I use a motorway when tunnels exist? Or I could do what Peter S. is saying. What Peter S. is saying is... no. Because I can't get through here. Because this White House exists. So... like, I can get one house through here. But I can't get all of these through here. But, on the other hand, tunnels exist. And I'd much rather use a tunnel than a motorway. So, speaking of much rather use a tunnel than a motorway, fuck. Alright. Well, let's see here. This blue is gonna get... I think you're just gonna get... You're gonna be fine, actually. You're gonna get repositionalized just a little bit over to here. Y'all swing in that manner. So these 1, 2, 3, 4 greens serve this business. And once this car gets back here, we do that like so. And then this up that way. There. Because I had a motorway going over here, I was in the headspace of need a motorway. You did not, in fact, need a motorway to do that. So, all right. That house points that way to be ever so slightly more efficient. Did I just hear something go circular that had previously not been you? Fuck. I don't like you. is bad. See, this white business is not presently mad because it... This white business is being serviced by these 5 white houses here. But these 5 white houses here, you may note, 1, are also serving this business, and 2, are an entire plaza and a fuck road away from this white circle. So, ideally, we'd have a better solution than that. Like, a workable, decent, agreeable, acceptable cromulent solution would be the goal. Man, I could use traffic lights, but I don't have any tunnels. So let's take a tunnel and have us a think. We're going to pause and think. It's fine. Let's see here. I have, what's this? 5, 7 white houses. I really don't want to steal too many of these. I certainly can't steal an entire serve of businesses worth of houses away from this road. I don't think that's a good idea. So, I kind of think it's just got to go right now. Like, yeah, you've gone circular, so I can't really yoink any of these anymore. Ow, my ankle. You're not exactly happy, but you're sort of making it work. Oh, man. Oh, these oranges. Not at all a fan. Here, go up that way. This is now officially a terrible road. Also, it seems like the blues and greens are starting to get mad about stuff. You can point that away. That's another green for that. We're at 1600. This blue just got mad for a moment, which is unfortunate. Here's another white for these 2. That's fine. Give me a motorway. And what can I do? Okay, well, first of all, what's going on with these greens? Dudes, you've got 5 houses. Are you seriously mad that you're... Are they seriously mad because they have 5 houses? And yeah, I think they're just gonna kind of be mad. I'm much more concerned about these oranges. These oranges are fucked. Let's see. I do have a handful of spare oranges that I can't really actually afford. Yeah, these little spawny white houses are just kind of... Yeah, I don't know, man. All right, here's a yellow for you. Here's a yellow for you. I've got a couple of whites right here. Maybe we can just kind of do something stupid? Listen, we can just kind of do something stupid. If we put these whites here, we can draw motorway number 3 to swing white houses down this way. Swinging white houses down this way gets more whites coming in here, which seems fine. And then if we do this, we can extend... Wait. Stupid ideas. I have several stupid ideas. Okay. We're going to sever this connection. So now these 1, 2, 3, 4 houses solely focus on serving this business. These 1, 2, 3 houses swing up that way, go there. These 1, 2, 3, 4 oranges here jump over this garbage into that business. And you go there. Okay. I suspect that if I was starting from scratch, this would work out okay, but it's not going to survive the transition. I think I hit on that too late. I think it's going to die. I could be wrong, though, because every motorway is currently in place and these businesses are not dead. Now, nope, we've got 3 houses coming in here. Well, every motorway's in place and the businesses aren't dead yet. There was a very important word in that sentence, which I failed to state. This orange is just going to hitch a ride on that green road and then loop up here and provide additional serviceation going that away. You have not died yet. You can point down here. You're not dead. Amazing. This orange circle up here is probably going to die. You've only got 4 houses. And I don't think 4 houses is enough to dig out of this hole. I would love to be proven wrong about that, though. Buddy, if you just want to prove me wrong about stuff. Also, this orange house only had 3, so... Well, you've got 4, actually. A 4th way the hell over here. Oh, I can very technically create... do that tunnel that gets this orange involved in this going up to... Oh, that tunnel doesn't need to exist. This one's just fine. So, yeah, you go there. Ow. This green might as well be on that road. This orange might as well point there. That's another orange house for this. That's likable. I'm a fan of that. I'm in favor of that. Here, you point there. Be more efficient. These greens are dying again. This orange is... Buddy! No! You've got a gazillion fucks. Fuck you, duder. All right, everything's mad and dying now. Everything's mad and dying now. Okay, fine. 2,530 commuters over 94 days. It is probably going to get slammed. Let's see here. It's top 2% in the world. 2%. I beat Sam. Yay. GG's for Googie. But if we look at number 1, Peter Van der Shore. Congratulations, Peter S. Number 1 victory royale for you. Good job, Peter S. Peter S. number 1 in the game as of this very moment. And at this very moment, we shall bring in our good friend, the Wordle. Hello, the Wordle. Oh, stretch. Oh, stretch. Oh, even bigger stretch. Even bigger stretch. Ow. My arms. They're injured. The Wordle today is Grant. No, the Wordle today is Olive. I saw that green O and I was very excited, but no. Although, the Wordle today is... No, this isn't how you spell oeuvre. Yeah, that's not how you spell oeuvre. The Wordle today is... The fuck word starts with O, ends with E, has a V in it somewhere, and isn't olive. That's a good question. The wordle today is Ova? No, there's no I. Hang. Sunny got some vaccines and now her arms hurt. My arms hurt because I'm large. The wordle today is ovade? I don't know, man. What the fuck is this word? Sunny's going to Brazil. Ooh, fun. What the fuck is this word? Y'all, what the fuck is this word? Y'all, what the fuck is this word? I don't know that I'm gonna get there. I'm taking down the don't tell me the answer text if you know the answer. Oh, ovate, like clap, standing ovation. That, wow. That's gonna make people mad. People are gonna be mad. Oh, wow. Good job, Sonny. Oh, all right. Oof. Let us now do some time guessing. Oh, God. Stretch. All right, so we're on a Canadian Pacific Railroad near Slocan City. Got it. Yeesh. Well, if it's Canadian and it's Pacific, that means it's probably near Vancouver. Can we tell? No, we can't tell what that says. Or if it even is a sign. Slocan City. Do we get lucky if we zoom in here? Probably not. Ow, big stretch. Yeah, this is probably, also got a bunch of Asian folk, which, again, would tend to make me think west coast of Canada on account of Japan being there, but, Let's say, I don't know, man. We're in North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada in 1940. Okay. It was a little further inland than that, but I had the general time frame right. Sam learned another language. Sam's good at Spanish. Sam speaks pretty good Spanish. Yeah. Would you believe it? We have something approaching education here in the United States as it comes to learning foreign languages, and I mean, I've retained just a little bit of French. I can basically conjugate most of your standard French verbs, and I sort of remember what some of them, like a handful of them, mean, but you know. It's all scattershot phrases and ouvrez-vous livre and fermez la bouche and that sort of thing. Anyway. Oh no, the Goog mentions the language français, which means that Samuel has redeemed the Goog's terrible French accent. Sam, we are in Hong Kong. Why do you do this to the good people of Hong Kong? Why? Actually, I was to say Hong Kong, and then as I approach, there is very little of the English lettering here. This might not actually be Chinese even. It might be Japanese. Hold on. No. Well, shit. I look at this. I believe this to be Chinese, not Japanese. There's a problem. The problem is I remember there is a means of differentiating between Chinese and Japanese. And I do not remember what that means is. So we have to use the clues of context to perhaps narrow down. You can get 60 of something here. That is nice. This lady is from the US of A. That is unfortunate for her, but you know, it is a failing of many of us. We have the produce market. We have the +1 fashion outlet. That is nice. It is a triumph. I am making a note here. Huge success. It is hard to overstate the perhaps annoyingness of a person referencing the Jonathan Colton song Still Alive in the year 2026. This is true. Goog is, in fact, still alive, despite the Goog's best efforts. What does this sign to be saying? I cannot see. Alright, we are in, I think to be China, therefore I think to be Beijing? We are in Beijing, China, 1996? It could be Beijing, China, 1996. It could also be Tokyo, Japan, 2002. That was not French. Thank you, Sam, for redeeming Goog's terrible French accent. We are in... Oh, God. I am not confident in this at all. We are in Beijing, China in 1996. We were in Kowloon, Hong Kong. Hey, my very first inclination turned out to be right. In 1996. Okay. I've certainly had worse guesses than that. Next. The Cult of the Seven Mercenaries. I don't think that's what like cult means, but you know, that's fine. You've got 7 mercenaries at your fancy French movie theater. You've also got your fancy French Berlitz school. Hold on. All right, that's literal actual France. Like sometimes we just have a hint that it might be France. Here we have a literal picture of literal actual France. So, given that we have a literal picture of literal actual France, I mean, I guess it could be New Orleans. There are probably pictures of France in New Orleans. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Sam, but I think you're deceiving me. I think you're leading me down the wrong path. This is, we are in Paris, France in 1977. These feel very 1970s French vehicles. And if they feel 1970s, and I'm right about that, okay, if it is 100 degrees Fahrenheit where you are not experiencing good weather. That is not the case. If this feels 70s, that means it is probably late 70s. We are in Paris, France in 1977. Just bop a thing in Paris. Don't know exactly where. We are in Paris, France in 1969. Okay, fine. Next round. Hello, folks. Oh. You know, I have a hint. I have an idea. I have just, perhaps, the slightest of thoughts as to when this might be. Just an idea. So, now, at a moment's glance, I thought this down here said Haiti. It appears to just say Hall, which, you know. despite what our friend Jeebus would tell you, does not actually say that much about people. So, we have a whole big ol' whack of folk at what appears to be a train station. Or, just standing next to some railway tracks. That's an awful lot of folk. Where would these folk be here on the 19th of March, 1932? Also, question for the floor. Why, for the love of God, do I remember that March 19th was the exact date of the very first WCW uncensored pay-per-view? Why do I know that? Why is that a thing that matters to me in the least? Why is that a thing that is stuck in my head? Why can't I have, one additional factoid about President John Quincy Adams? I only know, 4 things about President John Quincy Adams. I suspect my life would be measurably richer if I knew 5 things about John Quincy Adams. If I could trade my knowledge that March 19th was the date of the very first WCW uncensored pay-per-view for a random, somewhat interesting factoid about President John Quincy Adams, I would do that. And yet, where the fuck are we? I keep looking at these people and it's I don't know, man. There's a bunch of them. They're white. They're wearing hats. This guy appears to have an eye patch. I got nothing. We got a whole bunch of white folk at a train station somewhere on this earth of ours in 1932. Okay. Thanks. Is this way off yonder in the background? Is that anything? It doesn't really appear to be. Where the fuck are we? You don't have flags. You don't have signs. You've got bundles. You've got bundles. Are you refugees? Are you prisoners of war? You're holding your purse. Okay, hold on. That newspaper is in English because it says the word "the." Okay. Are you here to see Charles Lindbergh? Was that a thing that happened in 1932? I think that happened before 1932. Wait! I found a flag! Oh, thank God. Okay. So, this lady has a flag. This flag contains within it an other flag. That makes this flag, I believe, the flag of either Australia or New Zealand. Which, couldn't tell you. We are in Sydney, Australia in 1932. Dear Lord. It was, in fact, they're crossing the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Great. Amazing. Thank you, Australian flag lady. Jesus. All right. Now, this has just a handful more things in it. My first thought is Spain, but I reserve the right to change that depending on the Russianality of these banners. Can't tell if these are Russian or just backwards. I think they're just backwards, actually. Yeah, I think this says Antonio, and we're just seeing it from the back. Yeah, so this says Antonio, and we're seeing it from the back. All right, I'm back to thinking this is Spain. This says man something. Okay. Not helpful. And we got some folk. And We got a dude pointing a finger at a child. Wait. That appears to be a slightly older child, actually. Hold on. That's a very well-dressed child, but I do believe that's a tiny child. Let's see here. They are very nice flags of... I mean, I saw this nonsense and I thought Spain. I don't know what to think when I see this nonsense. The only flag I know that uses stripage that is both this much and this tight together is the U.S., but that, broadly speaking, does not make sense. We are in... What the fuck is this? It's a question to which I don't know the answer. All right. We are in Madrid, Spain in 19 Don't Move the Thing. No, I don't like 19 Don't Move the Thing. This is pre-19 Don't Move the Thing. Actually, upon further inspection, this is significantly pre-19 Don't Move the Thing. This is... Is this 19 Herc the Thing all the way to the left? No, I don't think it's that far. All right, we are... Wait. Ah, crap. There's an awful lot going on with this flag, and absolutely none of it is Spanish. Ah, shit. Shit and shove me in it. That does not make sense. Well, having received a piece of information which contradicts my gut feeling assumption, I'm going to do what all good Americans do and completely ignore the information and keep going with my gut. We are in Madrid, Spain in 1994. That was kind of right, sort of. We were in Spain, although it was 19 Herc the Thing all the way to the left. Okay, fine. Final score 37-806. Oh, it was Portugal. Listen, don't tell the Portuguese. This is basically the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's basically the same thing. It's Diet Spain. It's a good one. That's a good one. Done, Sam. 37-806. It sure is a score. We need ribbies from a tiger who won a gold glove sometime in the last 25 years. I said don't tell the Portuguese this. I specifically said that. We need an NL West second baseman in the last 25 years. We need a shortstop in 2015. We need an AL West first baseman in the last 25 years. And an A in the... Okay, fine. All right. A tiger who's won a gold glove at any point in his career. I mean, Curtis Granderson comes to mind. Jose Iglesias has probably won a gold glove. But I don't think there was ever a time when Jose Iglesias was one, good at offense, and two, a Detroit Tiger. I don't think those overlapped. There were a couple of random times in his career when Jose Iglesias was, or at least had a legitimately good offensive season. To the best of my memory, none of those came when he was a Tiger. So you're probably looking at Curtis Granderson. Is there any other Tiger who would have won a gold glove in the last 25 years that I can think of? I don't know. Maybe they gave one to Torrey Hunter God, I don't want to say Torrey Hunter. Fuck Torrey Hunter. Miguel Cabrera never won one. Brandon Inge never won one. Maybe Pudge Rodriguez when he was a Tiger? I think he was kind of washed as a defender by the time he was a Tiger, but he was Pudge Rodriguez, so... I guess it could be like 2006 Ivan Rodriguez, but... No. No, I think the answer here is pick a Curtis Granderson season. So we're going to pick a Curtis Granderson season. Let's say 2011 Curtis Granderson? Did the Tigers win the pennant in 2011? That tracks, right? I don't remember. No, 2011 was the Rangers. Yeah, 2011 was the Rangers-Cardinals World Series with Nelson Cruz. I know the Tigers won it in 2006. We're going to say 2012 Curtis Granderson. It's probably fine. That might be. He played for the Yankees in 2012. We're going to back it up to 2009 Curtis Granderson. Player has never won a Gold Glove. You could have told me that the first time, stat pad. I guess it checks to see if he was a Tiger, and then it checks to see if he'd won a Gold Glove. I get that. You still could have told me he's never won a Gold Glove. All right, fine. So it's not Curtis Granderson. Sam put up a very good stat pad. I don't think I'm going to. So if it's not Curtis Granderson, it can't be Jose Iglesias. Miguel Cabrera never won a Gold Glove. I refuse to believe that Miguel Cabrera ever won a Gold Glove. I don't think Prince Fielder ever won a Gold Glove. In a bunch of categories. Yeah. God, it really could be Torrey Hunter, couldn't it? Fuck. Oh, I don't want it to be Torrey Hunter. Oh, son of a bitch. Travis Fryman? No. I think Travis Fryman, 1, predates the time period. 2, never won a Gold Glove. Carlos Guillen? I don't think he was a Gold Glover. Also think his best years were with the Mariners. Eesh. Maybe it is Ivan Rodriguez. Yeah, it doesn't say won a Gold Glove with the Tigers. It says won a Gold Glove anytime in his career. It could be Ivan Rodriguez. He was good in like 2006, right? No, not especially. 69 ribbies for Pudge. That's nice. Puts him in the 77th percentile. Ivan Rodriguez was indeed a correct answer just a couple years earlier. Ian Kinsler is a man who existed. And also, fuck Torrey Hunter. We need a second baseman in the National League West in the last 25 years. My immediate thought is, what year did Mookie Betts play predominantly second base for the Dodgers? Is that 2024? I think that's 2024, Mookie? Maybe 23? They've been using him in the infield for a while now. I also just, out of my own absurd curiosity here, and perhaps this is cheating, I'm curious as to how Mookie's doing this year, so I'm gonna look. Mookie Betts has an 87 OPS plus this year. Oh dear. Well, that's unfortunate. Mookie Betts might be... Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I didn't look that deep at the page. I just looked at this page, so this year, so I don't feel bad about saying, let's try 2024 Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts, 2024. He was probably good. He was 94th percentile. Yay! Jeff Kent, ever so slightly better. Also, Mookie Betts the year before played a bunch of second base and would have been better. Fuck. Curses and failure. Ah, sad. Yeah, a lot of Jeff Kent. He was good at baseball. That makes sense. We need a shortstop in 2015. 2015. I think this is just after Troy Tulowitzki's peak. I don't think he was washed yet. Could be Troy Tulowitzki. My first thought is Tulo. Let's see what Tulowitzki played until 2019. He spent a good number of years being hurt and a couple of years being washed. That feels a little bit dicey. 2015, Hanley Ramirez is an outfielder who might even be washed by 2015, right? Yeah. So this is like the generation of dudes that just retired. Tim Anderson might be a good pull here. 2015 is like right when Tim Anderson was good, right? Yeah. Talked myself into Tim Anderson debuted in 2016. So like I was saying, Troy Tulowitzki. Troy Tulowitzki feels like a good pull here. 70 RBIs, 96th percentile. Good job, Goog. Xander Bogaerts is a gentleman who exists. Brandon Crawford would have been fine. Okay. We need a first baseman in the American League West over the last 25 years. 2024 Yordan Alvarez? I think the immediate question here is, which year of Yordan Alvarez do you want? You could try 2025 Nick Kurtz. Nick Kurtz probably is a good pull here. I bet you there's a Mark Trumbo season in here. I bet you the real heads can pull like a Mark Trumbo season. Or maybe Albert Pujols' first year with the Angels. Maybe Albert Pujols' first year with the Angels. That might be the answer, actually. All right, so Pujols played until 2022. So this is going to be 2013? 64 RBI. Sad. You go all the way back to 2000. You've also got your Jeff Bagwells and your Jason Giambis. Okay, fine. Speaking of Jason Giambis, we need an A, although we need one who was awarded a Gold Glove. So about that Jason Giambi thing, no. I mean, even if you go all the way back to 2000, you've got very much end of the line, totally washed Ricky Henderson. I don't think totally washed Ricky Henderson is the answer here. I don't think Jose Canseco was an A in 2000. Yeah, he was well and truly on the path of the traveler by this point. Balls. Let's see. Josh Donaldson, maybe? He was a fine defender in his day, wasn't he? It could be like 2000 Jason Kendall. I would believe 2000 Jason Kendall is a good pull here. Maybe... Trying to think of A's who would have won Gold Gloves. Not really coming up with that many. I think Coco Crisp won a Gold Glove at some point, and he was an A. He was never a great hitter. And I don't think he was even a particularly good hitter when he was with the A's. There's one that immediately came to your mind. Yoenis Cespedes? No, that doesn't make sense. An A who would have won a Gold Glove. Jermaine Dye? Miguel Tejada. Did Miguel Tejada ever win a Gold Glove? Could hear, like, 2002 Miguel Tejada? That's a thought. Let's try 2002 Mike Tejada. Has never won a Gold Glove. Interesting. Okay. Well, it's been a rather horrible disaster on several levels to begin with. How do we feel about 2001 Jason Kendall? Played for the Pirates. Right. Right, he was a Pirate for a long time, not an A. Dang it. I think by the time he got to the A's, he was on the downswing. So, what about... God damn. Jermaine Dye's not a horrible guess, I guess. Is there an obvious guy I'm missing? Probably several ones. Eric Chavez? Actually, I think I've had worse ideas. How do we feel about 2004 Eric Chavez? 77 RBI, nice percentile. I had the right dude. I had the right... God damn... Look at... 2001, 2002, 2003, 2005. But I picked 2004. Mad. Anyway. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. As previously stated, the stream schedule this week is, well, is tiny. It's toony. My work schedule is a little loony. And in this cartoony, I'm making references. Anyway, we'll be back Wednesday morning, 7 o'clock Eastern, for another edition of Good Morning Mini Motorways. Until then, thank you all so very much for being here. Have a good day, and goodbye.